what is the soul? What is God? What's the relationship between the soul and God? And in my personal experience, what has been my experience of that? Okay. What we're told is, Isha vasimidam sarvam, yat kincha jagatyam jagat, right? Everything in the universe is pervaded by the divine. There is nothing, no one, nowhere that is not pervaded by the divine. So looking at that, sab kuch Bhagwan hai fir, right? Advait Vedanta ka mool teaching kya hai? There is nothing but God. Nothing but God. So if you say, what is God? Well, in that philosophy, God is everything. There is nothing that is not God. But that's a piece of information. The question is, how do we live like that? What does that look like to live with? Right? I mean, I can say that to you. I can recite that. But that doesn't really benefit anyone. The question is, can I live that? What does it mean to live nothing but God? Everything is God. Well, it means, first of all, whatever I do, मैं जो जो करूं, पूजा है, साधना है, जिस जिससे मैं बात करूं, प्रार्थना है. If God is everywhere, and God is in everyone and everything, then my whole life becomes worship. My whole life becomes puja. My whole life becomes sadhana. Everyone I'm speaking to, I'm talking to God. And of course that includes me. We always tend to forget ourselves in that whole equation, you know, so we talk about compassion and love for the world, and we forget, of course, that we are in that world. That it's not compassion for all minus the self. All is divine except you. So it means me also, which means, how do I live with myself? How do I live with that awareness? I know I'm not perfect. I know I have an ego. I know I have a mind. I know I have desires. I know I have fears. I know I have confusion. So what does it mean? It means that I keep going back and saying, okay, wait. So where's the divine here? Where's the divine here? And it's just as you live, चाहे आप बाहर को देख रहे हैं, दूसरों को, चाहे भीतर को देख रहे हैं, whether you're looking inside or outside, what you're looking for is, can you see God? Scriptures have told us, it's there. God is there. It's all God. Everything you see is God. Can you see it? And that becomes actually a beautiful, beautiful practice. Because suddenly there's nothing in life that's not important. There's nothing in life that's boring. There's nothing in life that's beneath you. There's nothing in life that's a waste of time. Because wherever you are, you could be waiting at a bus stop for a bus that's late. Can you see God in the people waiting in the bus stop with you? Can you see God in the people walking by? Can you see God in the dogs walking by? Can you see God in yourself who's sitting there waiting for the bus? And it's a completely different way to live. And then what ends up happening is I'm aware, yeah, there's ego, there's mind, there's desires, there's confusion. And what I want to do then is remove those more and more. It's like आप सोचो कि ठंडी की मौसम, ठीक है? 2 मिनट के लिए आप गार्ड पे है, ठंडी की मौसम, गार्ड पे बड़ी बड़ी ठंडी लगता है, बाहर धूप है, आपकी खिड़की से धूप आ रही सुंदर सुंदर, आप अंदर धूप में बैठ रहे हैं. But then you realize on your window there's dirt. And that's blocking the sunshine from coming in. Ya kuch lagi hui hai. Somebody's taped something on your window, some sign, some flyer, something is there. Well, now that you're enjoying the sun that's coming in from the window so much, now you're going to want to go and remove all of that that's on the window. Taki jo dhoop aayega na, pura aayega. And then, as you love that sunshine, eventually you realize, oh my God, to bahar kyun na jao? Leave behind the whole window. Why not be in the light? And so from inside then, the urge comes. Not because somebody has told you, not because you've read it, not because you think you should, but from inside. कि अपनी ego को दूर करे, अपनी desires को, अपनी anger को दूर करे, ताकि वो that experience can be there fully. You experience it in a bit, but then you're very aware of what blocks it the rest of the time. And so your whole focus then becomes, how can I remove those blocks? ताकि मैं उसमें जियूं. And whether we say God or whether we say soul, for this purpose it's all the same. It's not the same semantically, it's not the same if we go into the philosophy, but for this purpose, it's all the same. जो मेरे भीतर में है, चाहे मैं उसको soul बोलूं, चाहे मैं उसको God बोलूं, doesn't matter. It's that divinity that's within me. It's that divinity. The truth of who I am. And that's what I want to keep living with. From an experiential perspective, yes. From a semantic and philosophical perspective, not exactly. But look, आपको गंगा जी में स्नान करना, ठीक है? आप दूर से आए हुए गंगा जी में स्नान करना, पाप को धुलना, right? मोक्ष मिलना, गंगा जी में स्नान करना. आप परमार्थ निकेतन की घाट पे सीढ़ियों में जाओ नीचे. I'm telling him, okay, your goal is to bathe in Ganga, let's say. What he asked, his second question was, different words that are used for God. In English, we usually just say God. In Sanskrit, there's lots of different words that have slightly different connotations. And he was asking, so are they all the same? And I said, semantically, no. Philosophically, not exactly. But experientially, yes. As far as what it means for us, yes. And the example is, so you want to bathe in Ganga, okay? Well, one way into Ganga is you go down the steps here at Parmarth Niketan. They're very nice, marble lagi hui hai sab. You get to the bottom, you'll find a chain. Usko pakar karke dubki lagao. You go down river a little bit. Bagal mein Gita Bhavan mein jao. They have a concrete ramp next to their steps. For some people, it's a little, they'd like to go down the concrete ramp instead of the steps. Go upriver a little bit, Ramjula ki taraf. You'll find a sandy beach. No marble steps, no concrete slope. Just a sandy beach. Some people like to go in Ganga like that. Go upriver a little more, you'll find a very big rock. Bacche usse jump karke Ganga ji mein jate hain. Doesn't matter. Ganga ji ko koi phadi nahi, matlab she doesn't care कि आप Parmarth Niketan की घाट से गए, या गीता भवन की घाट से गए, या सैंडी बीच से गए, या रॉक से जंप करके गए, गंगा जी doesn't care. All she cares is आप स्नान करो, आप डुबकी लगाओ. जिस तरह से आप आ जाएंगे अंदर कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, बस अंदर आओ. चाहे परमात्मा के नाम पे, चाहे ठाकुर जी के नाम पे, चाहे ईश्वर के नाम पे, चाहे अपनी आत्मा के नाम पे, doesn't matter. कनेक्ट हो जाओ, अंदर की डुबकी लगाओ, कोई भी नाम पे. That's all that matters.